I'm pretty much right where I left off. That's neat. AI, what the heck is a Vim? What is awesome about Vim? Super speedy, super efficient text editing? Really? Why does it say VF9 Rube V? VF9 Rube V? What the heck is that? Oh, this. What? Okay. All right. One sec. I'll be back. Okay. Okay. So I'm thinking probably I just want to like actually like let me check my sound, but I think I want to just read the whole manual. Just read the whole manual. That sound seems fine. Do I have music going? Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. So this is good. Okay. So let's get into it. So I've been using Vim, like I think it's worth it now at this point to read the whole editor, right? Or to, excuse me, to read the whole help file. Because I've been using Vim for like a year now, basically. And I still don't know how. I still don't really know anything about how to use it. All right, let me pick another video background. I think... Let's try... this one? Unavailable? Did I spell it wrong? Oh yeah, this looks right. Cool. All right. Okay, so let's just read this whole help. So, okay, so first of all, let me remind myself, how do I Vim switch between splits? I always have to, I've reminded myself of this so many times, because I don't really use the splits that much, and probably mostly because I don't really know how very well. Ah, fuck. Shoot! Where do we open, like, just the help? Just the help in, like, full screen, basically. Okay, so if we're in here, and we go help, this is the main help file. Vim split resize. Okay, let's try. Okay, Vim main help file. So we're going to try to read the whole thing. Move around. Use the cursor keys H, J, K, L. Use Q to close this window. We can close all with Q, A, bang. Okay. Position the cursor on a tag and hit this. Okay. And then that brings us to somewhere. You can use Control T, Control O to go back to where you were. Okay. Okay. With the mouse. All right. Jump back is Control O, repeat to go further back. It is possible to go directly to whatever you want help on by giving an argument to the help command. Prepend something to specify the context. So example, normal mode command, help X. Okay, let's look at it real quick. Okay. And I opened it in the same pane, basically. So just go back. Okay, cool. Visual mode command, sure. Insert mode command, all right. Command line command. Command line editing. Okay. Vim command argument. I'm not sure I even know what that is at this point. Option. Option, help text. Regular expression. See help summary for more contexts and an explanation. Notation for an explanation of the help syntax. Okay, characters and square brackets are optional. When syntax highlighting is used to read this, text that is not typed literally is often highlighted with the special group. These are items in square bracket, squiggle bracket, and angle bracket, and Control X. Note that Vim uses all possible characters in commands. Sometimes the square, squiggly, and the angle brackets are part of what you type. The context should make this clear. Okay. Characters in square brackets are optional. Count, an optional number that may precede the command to multiply or iterate the command. If no number is given, a count of 1 is used, unless otherwise noted. Note that in this manual, the count is not mentioned in the description of the command, but only in the explanation. This was done to make the commands easier to look up. If the show command option is on, the partially entered count is shown at the bottom of the window. You can use delete to erase the last digit. Okay. Show command option. Interesting. Might want to look into that. Okay, quote X, an optional register designation where text can be stored. See registers. The X is a single character between A and Z, or A and Z, or quote, and in some cases with the put command between 0 and 9, %, hash, or others. The uppercase and lowercase letter designate the same register, but the lowercase letter is used to overwrite the previous register contents, while the uppercase letter is used to append to the previous register contents. Without the X or with double quotes, the stored text is put into the unnamed register. Curly braces denote parts of the command which must appear, but which can take a number of different values. The differences between vim and v are also given in curly braces. This will be clear from the context. A single character from the range char1 to char2. For example, A to Z is a lowercase letter. Multiple ranges may be concatenated. For example, A to Z 0 to 9 is any alphanumeric character. Motion, a command that moves the cursor. These are explained in motion text. Okay, so this is part of the intro text, it looks like. Examples. W to start of next word, B to begin of current word, 4J 4 lines down, / THE to next occurrence of the. This is used after an operator command to move over the text that is to be operated upon. If the motion includes a count and the operator also has a count, the two counts are multiplied. For example, 2D3W deletes 6 words. The motion can be backwards, e.g. DB to delete the start of the word. The motion can also be a mouse click. The mouse is not supported in every terminal, though. The OMAP command can be used to map characters while an operator is pending. Okay. EX commands can be used to move the cursor. This can be used to call a function that does some complicated motion. The motion is always character-wise exclusive, no matter what command is used. This means it's impossible to include the last character of a line without the line break, unless virtual edit is set. If the EX command changes the text before where the operator starts, or jumps to another buffer, the result is unpredictable. It is possible to change the text further down. Jumping to another buffer is possible if the current buffer is not. This is a lot, honestly. I don't really know, actually, at this point. I hardly know what we're saying. Visual, a selected text area. It is started with the V, big V, or Control V command. Then any cursor movement command can be used to change the end of the selected text. This is used before an operator command to highlight the text that is to be operated upon. See visual. Character, a special character from the table below, optionally with modifiers, or a single ASCII character with modifiers. So, a single ASCII character, sure. Control char. Char typed as a control character, that is, typing char while holding the control key down. The case of char does not matter, thus control big A and control small a are equivalent. But on some terminals, using the shift key will produce another code. Don't use it then. Option. An option or parameter that can be set to a value is enclosed in single quotes. See options. A reference to a command that you can type is enclosed in double quotes. New style command, this distinguishes it from other quoted text and strings. Alright, these names for keys are used in the documentation. They can also be used with the map command. Insert the key name by pressing Ctrl K and then the key you want the name for. Alright. Null means 0. Control @ okay, BS, backspace, let's see. Control H, Control I, Tab, okay. So this is a whole lookup table. I don't want to read a whole lookup table. I just want to know that it's here if we want to look something up. Hold on, I think I need to go. Okay, so basic user manual. Okay, so I've done the 30-minute interactive course. Okay. Let's start here. This might be relevant. I don't know. Let's see. We'll find out. Vim can be tuned to work like you want it to. This chapter shows you how to make Vim start with options set to different values. Add plugins to extend Vim's capabilities, or define your own macros. Okay, let's take a look. You probably got tired of typing commands that you use very often. To start Vim with all your favorite option settings and mappings, you write them in what is called the vimrc file. Vim executes the commands in this file when it starts up. If you already have a vimrc file, e.g. when your sysadmin has been set up for you, you can edit it this way. Okay. If you don't have a vimrc file yet, see vimrc to find out where you can create a vimrc file. Also, the version command mentions the name of the user vimrc file Vim looks for. Okay. For Unix and Macintosh, this file is always used and is recommended. Yay. For MS Windows, you can use one of these, home vimrc or vim vimrc. If you are creating the vimrc file for the first time, it is recommended to put this line at the top. Oh, really? Source vim runtime defaults vim? Really? This initializes Vim for new users as opposed to traditional V users? Okay, well, I'm not going to worry about that. I've been using a vimrc file for a while. But maybe this is something to keep in mind. The vimrc file can contain all the commands that you type after a colon. The simplest ones are for setting options. For example, if you want Vim to always start with the ink search option on, add this line, your vimrc file. Set ink search. Okay, so if we go here, will it tell us what it is? While typing a search command, show where the pattern... Oh, okay. So does it do that now? Yes. So I guess it is on, right? But we can we do a global... Wait a minute. This is only useful on fast terminals. This terminal seems reasonably fast. Okay, fair enough. Let's go back. So for this new line to take effect, you need to exit Vim and start it again. Later, you will learn how to do this without exiting Vim, sure. This chapter only explains the most basic items. For more information on how to write a Vim script file, user 41 text. Okay, so I think we're going to need to go there. But for now, I think we're going to need to finish up this. The example vimrc file explained. In the first chapter was explained how the example vimrc included in the Vim distribution file can be used to make Vim startup in not compatible mode. Okay. Okay, so what is this? This is to do with V. Not compatible. Vim with V compatibility switched off. Okay, let's not worry about it for now. Okay. Get the defaults that most users want. Okay. Oh, persistent undo. That might be nice. Oh, dang. Yeah, I don't have that switched on. I wonder if it's available. That seems cool. Yes, that could be potentially rather nice. A little bit double-edged, because sometimes I've seen people just undo all the way back to like when they opened a file, but I wouldn't do that. Like if I want to undo all the way back, I just use :Q. :Q bang, I guess. Alright, so if command is very useful to set options only when some condition is met. And again, user 41, so we're going to need to go there soon, clearly. And let's see what else. AU group. Huh. Alright, alright. If has syntax. Alright. At this point, I guess I'm trying to... Man, it's pretty... It feels dry. Like, is it any drier than most manuals? I don't know. I think it's not really, but it seems like I just feel like I want to get to what I actually want to do for the exercise, basically. And man, there's kind of a lot here. Okay. Write a Vim script. Okay, let's do this one. This is a long chapter. Okay. In fact, you know what? Let's go right down to here. Okay, so we have a list like this. Okay, so the list items are enclosed in square brackets separated by commas. To create an empty list, a list equals square brackets. You can add items to a list with the add function. Okay, cool, cool. List concatenation is done with plus, very handy, very handy. Or we can extend, so same thing, I guess, right? So that's handy as well. Notice that using add will have a different effect than extend. Okay, yes. So far, so good. For loop, here we go. One of the nice things you can do with a list is iterate over it. Oh, heck yes. Heck to the yes. All right, but the trick is that for the proverb problem, we can't just do them one at a time, necessarily. Maybe we can, but that's not the most straightforward way. I think to do it the most straightforward way, I believe we need to go through indexes the way I did in the JavaScript version. So I guess we're probably going to do this, right? So can we get some more information on the range function? Range returns a list with numbers. So if max is specified, okay, well that's perfect. Okay, you know what? I think that this is good to get us started. So we'll go for, I'm going to use I in my case. I'm going to go for I in range 1, and then I'm going to go to the list length. Ooh, look at that nice squiggle. Good one, Victor Mono. Hey. The problem is I'm not actually sure how to type that, but okay. Okay, let's do further reading on lists. Sublist, list identity, copy, list unpack, modification, for loop. Oh, wait a minute, maybe we should do this. Let index, oh. To be honest, maybe that's the way I'm gonna do it. This is what I was mainly looking for, was this len. No help for len? Here it is. Alright, let's close that for a second. Okay. So I'm gonna say let size equal, or no, let's say let I equal 0. Okay? While I, no, let's make this 1, sorry. While I less than len strings, let I equal I plus 1. But before we do that, let proverb equal proverb equals proverb plus for want of a plus strings sub I minus 1 plus the plus strings sub I was lost. New line. All right. Okay. All right, so function. I think I'm getting the hang of a little bit of this, a little bit. I've already been here 30 minutes and done basically nothing. I'm always beating myself up, but maybe I just shouldn't. Okay, so okay. So yes, let's totally return. Apparently we can short it to re2. That sounds neat. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm gonna say re2 proverb. Well, if I do re2, it's not highlighted. All right, I'll just make it return. It makes more sense. All right. But we're gonna put plus all for want of a, and then I'm gonna put plus strings sub-0. However, now let's go and put in the one case where it's short, or where there's nothing in it. Excuse me, my gosh. Okay, so if len strings equals 0, and if, and then here we'll say return nothing. Okay, so now what happens if I try to source this? Okay, I guess it says it's okay. So now if I vader, proverb vader, what is it going to say? Oh, interesting. Type mismatch. Wow. Okay, so we didn't get anything right. But let's see. So everything is just error. Starting vader, execute 0 pieces. Type mismatch. 0 number should be equal to square brackets list. All right, so why is it always a 0 number? Let's see if we can discover why that is. It might not have actually been saved. Let's try it one more time. Oh, okay, yeah, I think it wasn't saved. So that does actually make a little more sense to me, I think. So it says undefined variable strings. Okay, so it says function lines strings, but then it says undefined. Okay, so now let's look at our help again. Help function. Okay, defining a function. New functions can be defined. These can be called just like built-in functions. Must start with an uppercase letter to avoid confusion, sure. In legacy script, it is also possible to use curly braces. See curly braces names. The autoload facility is useful to define a function only when it's called. Oh, I do have more chips. I thought I was out of chips. I thought I'd eaten them all. I'll get more dip later. Okay, so arguments. Right here. See function argument. Yeah, let's see function argument, because I didn't get that right. So let's see what I did wrong. Oh, A for argument? Huh! I wasn't expecting that, but okay. I guess that's it. Okay, let's write that out, and then source it again, and then Vader again. A for argument. Pure, what do we call it? Absolute cinema. All right. I think it's great. So, okay, here we, oh, shoot. Now it's saying number again. Dag nabbit. Okay, hold on. Okay, source, Vader. So it says, type mismatch. Empty string should be equal to empty list. Oh, interesting. Okay. So I think that's here. So right, source, Vader. Okay, so I guess that one's actually okay now. All right, so now what about this one? Type mismatch 0 number should be equal to and all for want of a nail. Oh, interesting. Oh, so we're not putting them all into a string. We're returning them as a list. For some reason, I didn't realize that. If I'd read the help or the README or something, I would have known. Okay, so this is actually going to be like this. And we're going to do... What are we going to do? Let me look at add again. So when we call add... Okay, cool. Add. And we're going to put the proverb here. Very, very helpful. Oh, except it's not super readable. It's actually super unreadable. I'll have to see if that's one of my WES-term defined colors, I guess. Okay, so I guess we probably don't have that. Using a list as a number? Oh no. Okay. Okay, so. Oh no. Return. Using a list as a number. I want to say that it means that we can't actually return a list. I think, does it mean that we can only return a number? Wait. Function, lines, strings, abort. Oh, shoot. Okay, so then this is wrong here as well, though. So add, is that any better? Right? Whoops. This album impressed me so much when I first heard it. And I still do consider it very impressive, but I don't like listening to it quite as much as I used to, I don't think. I might take the track off the playlist. Okay, so does this make sense? Oh no, this is fine. Okay. Unequal list. So I'm putting just zeros in there? It's because of the plus, right? So we're going to look for concat. Okay. Seems like it might be straightforward enough. Uh-oh. Unexpected token. Oh no. Let's look at where I was again. Value is converted to a string. Hmm. Interesting. So add proverb. I don't think it's right, but let's see. Oh, interesting. So that is closer. So all for want of a nail should be equal to and all for the want of a nail, period. Okay. Okay. No, that wasn't too bad. Uh, I felt confused the whole time. Maybe it was that bad, but okay. As far as the amount of time spent, it wasn't nearly as much as I feared. So let's see. So it's not going to support test, but we can try submit. And okay, processing. Let's see what we get. Uh-oh. Not processing very fast. Passed? Okay, cool. All right, that's good then. So I'm gonna add that to my list, to my sheet. Okay, so that was Vim script right there. Cool. Let's go to the next one. Okay. We are on MIPS assembly. Yes! Here we go. MIPS assembly. This is a good one. Okay, let's see what exercise we get. It could be anything. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Phone number in MIPS assembly. Here we go, baby. It's listed as a medium, apparently. All right. Welcome to phone number on Exorcism's MIPS assembly track. Yes, this is exciting. Oh, there's hints on this one. Or are there? Oh, there are hints. Oh, okay. So, you've joined Linkline, a leading communications company working to ensure reliable connections for everyone. The team faces a big challenge. Users submit phone numbers in all sorts of formats. Dashes, spaces, dots, parentheses, and even prefixes. Some numbers are valid, while others are impossible to use. Your mission is to turn this chaos into order. You'll clean up valid numbers, formatting them appropriately for use in the system. At the same time, you'll identify and filter out any invalid entries. The success of Linkline's operations depends on your ability to separate the useful from the unusable. Are you ready to take on the challenge and keep the connections running smoothly? Alright, clean up phone numbers so that they can be sent SMS messages. Sure. So the NAMP is a phone numbering system used by many countries in North America, like the United States, Canada, and Bermuda. All NAMP countries share the same international country code 1. NAMP numbers are 10-digit numbers consisting of a 3-digit numbering plan area code, commonly known as area code, followed by a 7-digit local number. The first 3 digits of the local number represent the exchange code, followed by the unique 4-digit number, which is the subscriber number. The format is usually represented as NXX, NXX, XXXX. All right? All right, so sometimes they also have the country code, and that's a 1 or a +1. All right. So I think I did one like this already. In fact, let's just take a look real quick. I think I did this one already. Not that it matters. Yeah, I did it in Elixir, and I started it in MIPS assembly. And I did it in Raku, and I did it in Swift. Okay, so yeah, I've done it 3 times already. Okay. And it was a while ago. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it wasn't that bad. I think it's a pretty simple one. I don't know how simple it's going to be in MIPS assembly, but we're going to find out. Okay. So this exercise only deals with telephone. Oh, we heard this track earlier. Let's skip it. Uh-oh. There we go. I like this track, actually. It's kind of a confusing track, I don't know, but I do like it for sure. This is what it looks like. Wings for Dreamers, Pogo. It's got a lot of views. I mean, I like the track a lot. Remix of Oliver, 1968. Okay, so these should all produce the output 613-995-0253. All right, so if the phone number is invalid, replace it with an empty string. So, I mean, if we look again, so I did the exercise in Elixir, Raku, and Swift. And quite frankly, I think the exercise is much easier in languages like those than in MIPS assembly, because in MIPS assembly, we kind of famously don't really have any facilities to help us deal with strings. So it's going to be a little bit of a long one, and in fact, I actually want to skip this one for today. So on my sheet, I actually do want to skip this one for today. On my sheet, I need a place to record ones that I'm going to come back to. And I am going to put that... I'm not sure if it's going to be difficult per se. It very well might be difficult. But whether it's quote-unquote difficult or not, it's definitely going to take me a while. Okay. I'm gonna skip that one and choose a different one. All right, so let's go back to tracks and pick something different. Okay, Python. Python is nice. Python. We all know Python. It's certainly one of the languages I am most familiar with. Notice I've clicked some of these before and not finished them, including Zebra Puzzle, which is a rather tricky one. Spiral or Matrix should not be hard. I think I did have a hard time with it, honestly, the last time I clicked it in Python. And I don't know, Hammond is, I guess, simple. But let's just look. So, we are going to do protein translation. Okay, it's marked as an easy. This is one, again, I'm pretty sure I have completed this. Let's take a look. Yes, it looks like I did it in Crystal, C#, and F#. Okay, cool. So yeah, I don't think it's a hard one at all. I think it will be very easy in Python. But let's give it a shot. Let's see. I hope it's very easy. I could go for an easy win. All right. Python protein translation. What did it say? MIPS assembly is for robots only, by the way. All right, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, let's take a quick look at our README. Okay, so we're gonna get some... so basically we just have to make translations from everything in this table. So, I mean, seems simple enough. So I guess I'll start by just copying this table, because we need to, this is basically what we need to do. And then let's go into our Python file. And paste that in there. Oops. That yellow is pretty distracting on this one, huh? Well, it's fine. Okay, so let's just comment that stuff out so that it doesn't complain quite like this. Looks like I messed that one up. What's it supposed to be? I got rid of one of the letters somehow. It's supposed to be AUG. You know, I probably should remember that from school, but it's been a while now. Alright, so... Oh, we don't want blank line at end of font. Too much linting, and with that yellow, I don't know. Well, it's fine. So, yeah, we're just gonna, I guess, so whatever comes in is just gonna be a string, I think. Let's take a quick look at the test. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. So, I guess I'm just gonna use a range here. and we're gonna go 0 len strand and hop forward by 3 at a time. Sure. And then we're gonna have, I guess, a lookup dictionary, I suppose. So we're gonna say lookup equals like this, and then I'll just put everything in there. Right? Okay, so can we... So here we're gonna append lookup.get. Well, actually, hold on. So if... No, let's put codon equals... Uh-oh. Best viewers on Streamboo? Ah, welcome to... Sorry. Senatorial Volumes, SZFKVEFG. Thanks for the message. So we're gonna say the codon equals strand, and we're gonna slice, so it's gonna be I plus 3, basically, right? And then we're gonna go ahead and use that, and we're gonna say if codon in lookup result append lookup codon. That's pretty much it. Okay. So then that means we just have to fill in the rest of this lookup table, right? So it's going to be okay, so if it's stop, we have to handle that separately, right? We'll get there in a second. Okay, so then let's look for comma. So for this, we need to go Hey, does it match our table? Let me bring our table up. AUG methionine, UUU, UUC, phenylalanine, UUAUUG, leucine. These four for serine. All right, let's black that. And let's try the test. No module named PyTest. Do we have requirements? Oh, no requirements either. Oh, really? It's like I've done it before. Oh, shoot. So should I... Wait. So let me see here. Error externally managed environment. Really? Oh my goodness gracious. Huh. Well, I hate it. Every time. It's the same thing with JavaScript and Python. Every time. All right. If you're careful and you start fresh and you know what you're doing and you stick to the happy path all the time, then you can minimize these sorts of issues. I think. Oh wow, that was weird. All right. Let's find another background. Using one here. Excellent. Okay, so anyway, so what were we doing? We're like, oh, I can't install the PyTest. So when we did this, what did it try to do? It tried to run Python 3m PyTest. Can we run PyTest by itself? It says 26 passed. Okay. Well, I mean, in that case, it's ready, right? Hmm. And that's the actual one? Okay, so let's try submitting then. Oh, they do it in assembly in the video? Shoot. Well, I might want to check the video out then. Which assembly you think they do it in? Probably MIPS, I'm guessing. Let's take a look. Yeah, they do it in MIPS. Okay, interesting. Well, that's nice. Anyway, did it process? Sometimes it's slow to process. Come on, what have we got? What have we got? Processing. Darn it all. I mean, it's really quite straightforward. I'm passed? Okay, cool. So in that case, we'll add this to the sheet. All right. Python. Cool. All right, let's do another. We're gonna do Cairo. All right, let us join the Cairo track. So a Rust-inspired... Oh, interesting. Oh my gosh. Cairo is a Rust-inspired language that aims to make it easy to compute trustworthy values on untrusted machines using validity proofs. It is a programming language designed for a virtual CPU of the same name, which is capable of efficiently proving the execution of any program running on it. This means that you can perform time-consuming operations on a machine you don't trust and check the result very quickly on a cheaper machine. One major use case of Cairo is writing smart contracts for StarkNet, a layer 2 built on top of Ethereum. Instead of having all the participants of the network verify all user interactions, only one node, called the prover, executes the programs and generates proofs that the computations were done correctly. These proofs are then verified by an Ethereum smart contract, requiring significantly less computational power, which increases throughput and reduces transaction costs while preserving Ethereum security. Another notable use case of Cairo is in AI model training. Suppose you have a large dataset and wish to train an AI model on it, but lack the necessary infrastructure. You can pay a major AI model provider to train the AI on your data and return the trained model. Since the provider used Cairo to write and train their AI model, they can produce a proof that you can use to verify that they did actually use the complete dataset you provided, ensuring the integrity of the training process and guaranteeing that no other data or partial data was used. Cairo differs significantly from traditional programming languages, particularly in its execution and performance optimizations. Programs can be executed by a prover similar to other languages, though with some performance overhead due to the virtualization of the language. When proofs are verified, efficiency is crucial as verification may occur on small machines, and Cairo has various advantages to improve verification speed. A notable one is non-determinism, which is the idea that you can theoretically use a different algorithm for verifying than for computing. Is that what is that the idea of non-determinism? Take the example of sorting an array in Cairo. The prover has to sort the array, while the verifier only needs to check that the array is sorted, which is much cheaper. Additionally, Cairo's memory model is immutable, meaning values cannot be changed once written. Cairo provides abstractions that help developers work with these constraints, but it does not fully simulate mutability. This means that developers are required to be mindful of memory management and data structures to optimize performance. All right. So, interesting. So let's try joining. You'll be in practice mode. Cool. And here's this message again. That's fine. And we're going to choose this. Okay, we're going to paste this here and go to the hello world. Scarb Tommel? Okay. All right, let's try the Scarb first. What the heck is it? Okay, fair enough. Cool. All right, the hello world. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so here's the meat of it. So we're going to do Scarb Cairo test, okay. Okay, seems fine. So for a hello world, let's just go ahead and do it. Okay, so hopefully that's fine. Now let's see. Processing, okay. Okay, so it's passed. Good. Okay, so now we haven't chosen the actual exercise yet, so let's go ahead and do that as our next step. But, so we did the hello world, but we want to know about some of this information. ASDF, let's see if I have got ASDF. Okay, looks like yes. So Scarb, ASDF plugin add Scarb. Okay. Alright, not bad. Only 10 seconds. Okay, cool. Okay, so we're good there. And then what else? How to learn Cairo. Provable programs for general computation. Okay. Node guardians. Goodness gracious, let's take a quick look. What the heck? Whoa. That's kind of crazy, huh? Wow. Alright. So, hello world completed. Good. Okay, so now we're going to choose an exercise. It's going to be rotational cipher. Okay. So yet again, this actually is another one that I've done before. I did it in Bash. I did it in Go. I did it in JavaScript. I did it in Kotlin. I did it in Python. I did it in Unison. You know, it's a common exercise. So let's take a stab at it in Cairo. Could be interesting, right? So let's copy this. Okay. So, I mean, let's see. Let's think. Okay. So let's start with just lowercase letters, maybe. Panic, implement, rotate. So, let's see. So we have a text byte array and a shift key U8. So do we want to do like a collect, or what do we want to, what are we thinking here? Just go through a for loop? It says it's a Rust-like, right? I kind of do, I don't know about this Cairo. Like, I don't want to skip. I don't want to skip more than like one per day. But, I don't know, something about it is... I think I'm just getting a little bit tired already. Like, I took a long time off not doing this kind of thing, and I don't have the stamina for it that I did during the fall and winter. I'll build it back up again. I'll keep going, but I need to take a 5 minute break. And then I'll be back. All right, 5 minutes or so, something like that. Yes. All right. So I believe the general approach to this should be that, like, let's go again. Oh, we don't really have syntax highlighting for Cairo, do we? Let's see if there's something to help us. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Let's start with the syntax highlight. So to save from curl, let's see, I don't use it that much. Download a file. Remote name. I thought it was a -O option. So we're gonna curl, and the output is gonna go to vim syntax Cairo vim. Yeah? Okay. Alright, so now if we look at it, are we better? Doesn't really look like it. What's the other one I have in there? I have one for 8. I'm not sure that one works either. Oh wait, it does look a little better, I think. Okay. What other help can we find here? Auto format? Okay, so we need to go get that virtual end. So let's create an alias, sort of like they suggested, maybe. Only 3.7 and 3.8 is supported. How out of date is this? 2 years ago? I think this is pretty outdated, because I think it's... Does it even mention Scarb? I think they're using Scarb now as a replacement for a lot of this. It's what it seems like. Okay, so we want to map over the byte array, shifting each byte by the shift key amount if it is a lowercase or uppercase letter. Okay, so I believe we should go text map C if C greater than or equal to A and C less than or equal to Z, let shift equal C minus A plus shift key mod 26, and then add A again. And then we return C plus shift. Is that going to work? Because that shift could be negative, so we've got to be careful. Else if C greater than or equal to A and C less than or equal to Z, let shift C minus A plus shift key mod 26 plus A C plus shift. Okay, so, I mean, that's really what I'm imagining, but the syntax I've kind of used here is basically mostly made up. Okay, so now scarb. Do we have a TLDR for scarb? I'm guessing no. This Cairo, it seems interesting. It does seem a little on the obscure side, but that's not a bad thing necessarily. What can be bad about it is it can be lacking in a little bit of the tooling that we might expect, but that's okay. So let's look at our scarb help. Oh, shoot. No version set? Darn. Okay. Wonder. So that's an ASDF thing, right? Let's see what it looks like. Scarb 2 point whatever it said. 11.4. I don't remember it at all. Okay, so now what if we do it? Ah, okay. Okay, the Cairo package manager, and it does seem to be based on cargo, and it does seem to be nice, right? So let's try scarb format. Okay, cool. Skipped tokens. So I think it looks like the and is not correct. So let's, no, not this one. Let's try and use this. Is that better? Let's see what it says now. Seems better, I think. Okay. So it's saying missing tokens on lines 11 and 12, right? So probably I did. So here's 11 and 12. Is that better? Okay. So it formatted it for us. Oh my goodness. I wasn't expecting it to format it quite like that, but hey, it's okay. So now let's try another scarb command. So we tried format. That was nice, I think. The formatting was not quite what I was expecting, but that's fine. So now, what if we run scarb test? Is that going to do something for us? Ah, very nice. Okay, cool. So method map could not be called on type byte array. Okay, so now let's look here again. All right, so here's the Cairo world. Okay, so let's look at the Cairo book. Hey, doesn't this look like the Rust book? I think it's a great source of inspiration. I don't understand Rust, but I do think that, like, all of their branding really looks on point. Their book is very readable. I just haven't really read it, or haven't really understood it. All right, it's fine. So let's look at arrays. So we have a byte array. What if I want to map over it? Okay. This looks like kind of a lot to me, actually. A little bit more than I wanted. Certainly more than I think it would be in, like, Lisp or something, obviously. So let's try to use a loop instead. Let's see what option we have for a loop. Okay, that seems fine. Sure, let's just try it that way. Whoops. Okay, so we're not gonna try to use a map. We are instead gonna say, let mute I equal 0, loop, if I equals len text, break, yeah? I don't know. Okay, sure. I don't know if it's len or whatever, but it's just a guess to start with. Let C equal text sub I. Okay, so then this logic is going to be in here, but it's going to have to be significantly altered, I guess. Okay, so we saw something with the array where we could create the array and then just append. So, sure, seems simple enough. Let's just do it that way. Array trait new, apparently. Okay. All right, so now what do we get? Okay. Okay, expected U8 found I32. Yeah, that won't work. Okay, so we don't have a len here, so let's look at that again. So use the len method. Okay. Okay, so here we're saying expected I32 found U8. Oh, that doesn't really make any sense. Okay, let's get rid of the whole I32 thing. I think U8 actually should be correctly what we use there. And then using into doesn't make any sense. I don't think. Okay, cool. Unexpected return type. We wanted byte array, but we found nothing. Okay, so we found array of U8. So we might be able to do into there. Ah, interesting, interesting. So no implementation. We want to go from array of U8 to byte array, but no luck. So we probably actually want to have it be a byte array from the start. Can we maybe do byte array right here? We're not there yet. So shift was unused. It shouldn't have been unused. Okay, hold on, hold on. Invalid path, byte array new. Okay, let's look for the byte array in here somewhere. Search. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I've done something wrong there. Clearly. So we can't do byte array new, I don't think. Okay, so it says invalid path. Shoot. So I'm guessing it's probably the same as what you do in Rust. Rust byte array. This is not what I'm looking for. Okay, so byte array is for string literal. Okay. So when we use it, we can do, oh man. Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. I actually do not recognize the felt from another programming language. Okay. I'm lost on the felt thing. Okay. What about byte array? So what is the way that we concatenate? Shoot. Okay, yeah. Let's do that. Format. Okay, let's see. Missing tokens. Expected an argument list. Okay. Format string. Ah, okay. Okay. Invalid format. Oh, wait. Very interesting. I've had a very interesting time with this one. I'm glad it's a fairly easy one. It's quite an easy one. And it's, I'm glad it's a quite an gas usage estimate. What the heck? What the heck? Oh, I kind of actually gas usage. Oh, don't even remind me. Okay, I have decided I kind of hate Cairo, but it's cool for out of gas. Oh my god, out of gas? Ah, oh no. I kind of hate Cairo, but I'm interested in it, as a kind of a puzzle challenge. But holy crap. What do you mean out of gas? Oh no. Ah, all right. All right. Um, gas. Okay, let's look it over carefully. Let mute I equal to, let mute A equal, okay. loop. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. I didn't increment the I. Had I incremented the I before? I think I did and then deleted it without thinking. Okay, well, out of gas sounds cheesy as heck, but yeah, it makes sense. I thought that was the first thing I did. It'll be in the VOD if I ever go look at it. But yeah, I think I deleted it without thinking. Just a brain dead move, like many of my moves. Alright, so let's see. Okay, so not out of gas. Rotate. Failed. It looks like I got 194. So 194 is not good. So what should it be instead? Oh, it should be turned into a char. Let's see. Huh. I don't think the number is correct anyway. Um, yeah. Yeah, I've got 194. 194 that's not the right number at all. Pyro, U82 char. That's same place. Rust. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. As char. Maybe. Okay, so as char is not going to work like that. Sad. Hmm. So were we able to print anything? Um, no, it doesn't look like it. Oh wait, yes it is. It this? It's this, right? Yeah. Well, no, it doesn't say small. Wait a minute. So shift key should have been 0. So it's just numbers, which is fine. It's not necessarily unexpected, but I just don't know. I just don't know how to turn it from a number to a letter. The print didn't seem to help. Um, what else? So what else can we do? Let's look here. Cairo book, documentation. Okay, this looks a little bit nicer. Really? Huh. Okay. Oh my gosh. That's not at all what I expected. Trait has no implementation in context. Core format display. Bytes 31. What? That's at... Oh my gosh. Well, I must say, I find that rather surprising. Okay. Does that mean what I think it means? So, bytes 31 is the small string, and we can't display it? Madness. Alright, alright. Alright, so what can we do with it? Huh. Oh, this is what we need to do. Append byte. Oh, okay. I think it makes more sense. Okay, so... Okay. I think that's all that's needed. If that's right, then that's much simpler. I don't think it's quite... Oh, it's more right than I expected. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. I don't know that that's any closer. Huh. Okay. Oh, that's crazy. I think I've made some ludicrous mistake along the line here somewhere. Okay, so what if... Let's say... Can we, comment this out, maybe? It's not like that. Yeah, this is completely insane. Okay. A is supposed to be byte array, and I guess it is. We have append byte. It's showing up as something that we don't want. I think this shift is wrong, right? Okay, I think we need to be using the ASCII tables. Something about that was mentioned somewhere. Okay, so small a is decimal 97, and z is 122. And then big A, I can actually see it there, is decimal 65. And big Z is there, decimal. Okay, that looks, yeah, that looks the same still. Okay. So why does it come out as this, C3? It's way too high. The number is way too high. So what have I done wrong? Yeah, all these numbers are way, way too high. So what's happening? Text is byte array. Okay, but when we index into the text, what do we actually get? We don't know, do we? It's not what I was hoping for, that's for sure. So we indexed into the byte array, but we got something wild, something that we can't use. So indexing operations are available. Uh, okay. I think I've just done the arithmetic wrong. Okay, if C is in here, Oh, you know something else? I've left out the part we actually need to append other bytes. I screwed up something very simple here, I'm sure. At least it seems that way. Maybe it was that thing that I just did. C2. Okay. C is greater than equal to 97. So we take C, subtract 97, add shift key, mod 26, and then add 97 at the end. Wait a minute. I've screwed up something very basic here. Let's try to break it down. So do we see anything print? So these numbers do appear to be fine, right? There's nothing wrong with them at this point. This is going to be such a simple thing. Okay. So yeah, this shift is insanely high. Uh, Not at all a surprise, but something very messed up. Ah, of course. Of course. I did mess up something insanely simple. It was obvious that it had to have been insanely simple. It became obvious at some point. I just didn't see what it was until then. Oh my gosh. Wait, run it. Oh, 10 passed. Okay. Well, the good news is I do have time for another one, probably. Gosh. Gosh. Just dump. All right. What's it say? Missing semicolon. Missing semicolon on 21. All right. Wonder why mine didn't say that. Here? Does it need a semicolon on the loop? Oh, no. Okay, it says pass. Okay, no, I didn't do this one. I probably should have. Scarb Cairo test. Says okay. Alright, what's it say? Still says missing semicolon. Oh, but now it says... Wait a minute. I added a semicolon, but when I did format, I think it took it off. I believe. So let's not format. Let's just add it there and submit. Rather confusing, I guess, but let's see. Timed out? I don't like that. Hmm. Interesting. So I'm gonna try copying this into the online editor. Okay, so rotational cipher overview. Let's try pasting it into this editor. No luck? Interesting. Okay. With this, that's crazy. With the semicolon removed, does it just say that it's required? I hate to say it, but I, th- I, it's giving me a suspicion that there might be something wrong on their end. I hate to say it because whenever I say that, it's usually wrong. So we run the test here, and it seems okay, right? So should we try to make it run faster? We're just going through the loop the one time, right? I'm I'm gonna have to think about it a different day. So we changed it to a while loop, right? Let's try submitting like that. It says missing semicolon again. It says timed out. Is there an infinite loop or something similar? Yeah, it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one, and I'm gonna have to come back to it another day with a fresh mind or whatever. Because the thing that's tricky about it, of course, is that it seems to run fine here, but not there, right? The classic works on my machine, right? But I don't know why it doesn't work on their machine, so that's likely a skill issue. Or perhaps they're having problems. That's always possible too. It does happen. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to come back to this one. So let's put it here. Come back to this. That is gonna be Cairo. All right. That's sad, sad, sad. Okay, let's try and find another one. I'm gonna log off here pretty soon, but let's look and see what the next one on the list is gonna be. C++, okay, good. Let's see what the exercise will be. Nth prime, it says it's a medium. Pretend they don't exist, okay. Let's give it a shot. I don't think I can probably finish this one in the next, like, 6 minutes or whatever, but I can make a start at it, probably. Whoops. So I'm gonna come back and do this one tomorrow. Let's read through. So given a number n, determine what the nth prime is. All right. Cool. So it is a pretty simple conceptually thing. Let's see what is in the test. So we're just gonna do. Oh wow. So we can see that the biggest they have is over 100,000. So, I mean, honestly, like, it'll make it a lot easier if I sort of, like, code to the test, so to speak. Um, okay, so let me look. So I ended up with 2 in comeback to this. This one because I just ended up with some tricky problem that I didn't really understand. Very likely because I just don't understand the Cairo language. It seems, you know, a little different from what I'm used to. And then this one I just skipped because I think it's gonna take a while. It'll be a little tedious. But we have finished 4 in total so far. It's not a super great start, but it is a start. And I'm not going to finish this one, so I guess I'll add this to the list as well. Pearl. And so, oh, phone number again. Okay, and I did it in Raku. It's going to be quite similar. Um, So I only have 4 minutes before I'm logging off, so I'm not gonna finish this one either, I guess. But it'll be a nice, easy one, easy win for tomorrow, I guess. I think this one should be quite an easy win. I guess. Um, it's going to be very similar to what we had in Raku, and I'm tempted to lean on that. But this is what we had. So, I mean, that is... it's, yeah, I wonder, to what extent do you think that this will just work? Because Raku is, like, a later version of Pearl, right? Should we just try it? I mean, honestly... Hey. So where did mine start? I just have unit module phone number. Right here. Okay, so it looks like the errors thing is all the same. So I can get rid of that. Looks like sub-clean number is very similar. So I guess I'll just fill this in here. No tests. So we just run prove. Let's try it. That red, I'm gonna need to readjust that red. Okay, so compilation error. It says okay, syntax error, if cleaned number. So it's saying this is a syntax error, right? So I'm trying to do something with matching. Looks like we are supposed to have round braces probably, so let's give that a shot. Okay. I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna log off and